You did what they told you. Just learn React, they said. So you built the projects, you polished your portfolio until it gleamed, but after sending out 50, 100, maybe 200 applications, the only reply you've gotten is the soul-crushing sound of silence. You scroll through job boards and see thousands of other developers. Same skills, same portfolio projects, same dream. And you're starting to ask yourself the one question that keeps you up at night. Is the React gold rush officially over? In this video, we're cutting through the noise. I'm not here to sell you a boot camp or another course. We're going to look at what's really happening in the 2025 job market, expose some truths that no one seems to be talking about, and then show you where the real React opportunities are hiding. And more importantly, how you can position yourself to grab them. Let's not sugarcoat it. If you feel like the job market is a nightmare right now, you're not wrong. It's tough out there. The easy money era of tech feels like a distant memory. And for front-end developers, especially those focused on React, a perfect storm has been brewing. First, there's market saturation. React is, without question, one of the most used web technologies on the planet. But that popularity is a double-edged sword. A massive wave of new developers has entered the market, all armed with the same advice: learn React. The result? It's not uncommon for a single junior React position to get swamped with hundreds of applicants in just a few days. It's a vicious cycle that makes it feel almost impossible to stand out. Second, we're still feeling the echo of the great tech layoffs. Throughout 2023 and 2024, hundreds of thousands of experienced engineers were let go. Many of them are now competing for the same roles you are. This isn't just about more competition, it's about a higher caliber of competition. Seniors are applying for mid-level roles, and mid-level developers are considering junior positions. The bar for entry just keeps getting higher, squeezing out those who are trying to get a foot in the door. And third, looming over everything, is the specter of AI. Tools like GitHub Copilot are getting shockingly good at writing code. AI can automate many of the simpler, repetitive tasks that once fell to junior developers, like spinning up components, writing boilerplate, and even generating tests. This has sparked a legitimate fear. Will AI make entry-level front-end jobs obsolete? So yes, if you feel like the deck is stacked against you, you are not going crazy. It is. A flooded market, tougher competition, and the rise of AI have fundamentally changed the game. The old rules just don't apply anymore. So is that it? Is React a dead end in 2025? Should you just delete your GitHub and go learn a trade? No. But the answer is a bit more complicated than a simple yes or no. Let me be crystal clear. The gold rush for generic React developers is absolutely over. The days of learning a few hooks, building a to-do list, and landing a six-figure job are gone. They are not coming back. But a new, more strategic game is just beginning. The problem isn't that React is dead. Far from it. It's a core technology for countless businesses. The problem is that the definition of a React developer has changed. Companies aren't just hiring React coders anymore. They're hiring engineers who solve business problems, and React happens to be one of the tools they use. The market shakeup isn't destroying React jobs, it's destroying the low-effort, surface-level version of what a React job used to be. And for those willing to adapt, this is where the real opportunity begins. If you want to succeed in this new market, you have to stop thinking of yourself as just a React developer. A carpenter doesn't say they're a hammer user. They're a builder who uses a hammer to create. React is your hammer. It's a powerful tool, but it's not the whole job. The companies that are hiring and paying well in 2025 are looking for T-shaped developers. This means you need deep expertise in your core skill, React, and a broad understanding of the technologies around it. So, what does this T-shaped developer actually look like? This is the new playbook. First, deepen your core React knowledge. Forget just use state and use effect. You need a rock-solid grasp of advanced concepts. This includes a deep understanding of features in recent versions like React 18 and 19, such as concurrent rendering and actions. You should also be an expert in modern state management, and that doesn't just mean Redux. Today, it's about knowing when to use the Context API, when to reach for a lightweight library like ZooStand, or when to use a server state tool like Tanstack Query. Performance optimization is no longer a nice to have, it's an expectation. You need to know how to use tools like React WI for code splitting and how to debug performance with the React Profiler. Second, build wide. Your React skills are one part of the equation. These next skills make you invaluable. The single most important technology to pair with React today is Next.js. While not every job requires it, a huge number of postings for React roles list Next.js experience as a requirement, as it has become the go-to for building serious, SEO-friendly, and high-performance applications. Next up is TypeScript. If Next.js is the default framework, TypeScript is the default language. The vast majority of modern React job posts list it as a requirement. It's pretty much non-negotiable at this point. You also need some back-end awareness. You don't have to be a full-stack expert, but understanding how to work with REST or GraphQL APIs is crucial. Experience with back-end as a service platforms like Supabase or Firebase is a huge plus, as it shows you can build and ship features independently. Finally, you need to know how to test your code with libraries like Jest and React Testing Library. Writing reliable, testable code is a clear sign that you're a professional. Third, know where the real jobs are. While everyone dreams of a FANG job, some of the most stable and lucrative opportunities are in less glamorous sectors. Think about enterprise companies, B2B SaaS platforms, and industries like finance and healthcare. These boring businesses have complex problems, deep pockets, and a desperate need for reliable engineers. Their mission-critical systems are often built on stable technologies like React, making your deep knowledge incredibly valuable. And finally, learn to leverage AI, not fear it. AI is not your replacement. It's the most powerful assistant you've ever had. Use it to write boilerplate, generate tests, and debug tricky problems. The developers who are most at risk of being replaced by AI are the ones who refuse to use it. The ability to use AI tools to become a more productive engineer is, in itself, a highly valuable skill in 2025. So after all that, the upskilling, specializing, and strategic thinking, is it still worth it financially? Let's talk numbers. Despite the crowded market, salaries for skilled React developers are still very competitive. In the United States, a T-shaped developer can expect strong compensation. However, these numbers can vary wildly based on your location, experience, and the industry you're in. Generally speaking, junior developers with solid foundational skills might see salaries in the range of $75,000 to $95,000. Mid-level developers with a few years of experience could expect somewhere between $95,000 and $125,000. For senior developers with a proven track record, salaries from $120,000 to $150,000 and even higher are common, especially in major tech hubs. The key takeaway is this: the premium is no longer on simply knowing React. The premium is on the strategic combination of skills. It's for the developer who knows React and TypeScript and Next.js and understands how to build a feature from the database all the way to deployment. This landscape is changing fast, and I want to know what you're seeing. Are you bullish or bearish on React for the rest of 2025? What skills have made the biggest difference for you? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and your experience helps everyone in this community navigate the market together. And if you got value from this no-fluff breakdown, subscribing is the best way to support more content just like it. So, could React shake up the job market in 2025? It already is. But it's not shaking things up by becoming obsolete. It's shaking out the developers who thought learning a library was the finish line. The market isn't collapsing, it's maturing. It's evolving from a chaotic gold rush into a serious profession that demands craftsmanship, strategic thinking, and a commitment to learning. React isn't a golden ticket anymore. It's a key. And in 2025, the developers who not only survive, but thrive, will be the ones who know not just how to turn that key, but which doors to unlock. The opportunities are out there, but they're no longer on the first page of the job boards. They're waiting for the problem solvers.